Hi guys, I'm John from John's Pipe Journey, and on this gorgeous day in southern Missouri, I'm on one of my decks that's got the best view for you guys, not necessarily for me. There's a couple of chickens on our deck. Hopefully they're not going to be pooping on it, but I have a bird feeder above me and it attracts the chickens. Today I'm going to have Peterson's early morning pipe, and I'm going to be nice English blend, and I'm going to be smoking my Savinelli Eleganza 320 KS. It's got a blue acrylic stem and a faux spigot connection. It's not a real spigot, it just looks like one. But it's one of my favorites because it's got a real thick, big bowl. I like a wider, shallower bowl, and so it has really thick walls. Let's get that loaded up. And I'm going to be using a Larry Blackett tamper, one of my favorite ones. It's from a Hobbit. Well, the Hobbit sitting on a keg of beer with a mug in his hand. Okay. I'm gonna be lighting it with my Zippo lighter. Thank you, Kevin and Katie. And I got my favorite coffee cup with some coffee in it. Heavily creamered. Actually got too much cream in it. Thank you, Kevin and Katie. I'm sorry, Stephen and Katie. I've just been watching Kevin's videos, Hobbiton Piper, so I got Kevin on my mind. Somehow, well, he's been having trouble with getting demonetized, and I think that's what happened. He never showed up on my feed for the longest time. And I just happened to think, well, I haven't seen anything forever from Hobbiton Piper. So I went on there and he had a whole bunch of videos I hadn't seen. So I watched them this morning. Thank you, Stephen and Katie. Wow, that's really good. I love English blends. You might be able to hear some pounding south of me through the woods. I don't know, half-mile away or so through the woods. Somebody bought the house back there and they turned that into a garage, and then they're building a brand new house. It's beautiful, and the carpenter is a friend of mine actually, and he's still working on it. So every once in a while you'll hear some pounding. From that. Oh. Well, I actually have something to talk about. It involves predators and my chickens. You know, I got to get this lit. There. Thank you, Katie and Steven. The first time when I went in to check to gather eggs inside the coop, well, first of all, I put in a automatic door that has a photocell and a solar panel and everything, so it's self-contained, rechargeable batteries. I cut a hole in the side of the coop and installed that door, so at nighttime it closes and at dusk it opens. Or I mean at dawn it opens. So I went in to gather eggs, last week. And there was a dead chicken inside there that was partially eaten, like quite a bit eaten. Its head was still on it, so I didn't think it was a raccoon, but I'm not sure. A raccoon is notorious for pulling a chicken's head off through a fence. I think if the chicken was asleep inside a coop, it probably wouldn't bother, but I don't know that. Anyway, I looked all around for any access point. There was none anywhere. And I checked all around, make sure, like way up high in the rafters and stuff, to make sure there wasn't one hiding in there. And I got rid of the chicken, and then 2 days later, I went in there, and my cute little black silky, it's a bantam that I named Mary Kay after my sister because she was so broody. If anybody laid an egg, she'd run over and sit on it. And she was cute as a button. Little round, furry, looks like had fur instead of feathers, and had black furry hair. So hilarious, because my sister's always had jet black, curly black hair. And so anyway, she was dead next to a little clutch of eggs that she'd been sitting on. That was super upsetting. So I got rid of her. I didn't even say anything to Kathy because I didn't want her to get upset over it. I just figured eventually she'd realize she didn't see Mary Kay anywhere. So anyway, the biggest tragedy about that was she had managed to raise one chick. So we had her inside the screened-in back porch in this big box that Kathy made. Or no, it was actually a little brooder thing that we had bought. And we'd had her in there for 6 weeks or so, whatever. The baby was like this tall, and Mary Kay was like that tall. So like the baby was almost the same size, height-wise. So we brought her into the regular coop at night, and everything was fine. I was watching her, and so anyway, I was talking to my sister and telling her how cute Mary Kay was, and how she'd finally raised a baby, and out of 20 or 30 eggs, only one hatched. And so she was so proud of it, walking around, like it followed her all around, of course. And beautiful baby too. It was black with white all over it. Thanks, Greg. And so I told her all about the baby and how Mary Kay was so, was the best mother of all the chickens, and she was all excited about that. Because that's like her chicken, because it's her name. And that evening, Chloe, our big white dog, was over on which we bought to take care of our chickens, was in the far side of the yard, and it looked like she had something in her mouth. I went over there, and Chloe had killed the baby chicken. Like the same day I'd talked to Mary Kay about it. And then that night, some predator killed Mary Kay. Mary Kay still didn't know anything about this, and she doesn't watch my videos, thankfully, so she won't know. But all that happened like within a day or 24 hours. So anyway, I had to get rid of her, and then I ended up, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days go by, and another chicken is dead in there. Half eaten. This time, it's the oldest chicken that we have that's been around forever. Doesn't even lay eggs or anything, but it's like, used to be, we'd get, like every day, we'd get one giant white egg, and it was always hers. And Kathy had named her Daisy. So she was dead. So I'm like, okay, something's going on. And so, anyway, I went out there at night, and the door to the chicken coop was not closing. Like at dark, it's supposed to close by itself, and it was not closing. So it has a manual override. So I went over there and I closed it manually, and then I turned it back onto automatic, and so it stayed closed because it was functioning okay somehow, but for some reason the close part wasn't working. I mean, the automatic part. And so I got a hold of the guy that designed it, and he told me to, I did a hard reset on it first, thinking that might work, and I forgot to look that night, and then so the next night I remembered to look, and I looked, and it was still open, but nothing had come in and killed anything. So, but in the meantime, I've got bunches of chickens that won't go in there anymore because of the terror that goes on there at night. I got two, actually the ones that are sitting on my deck, they're light Brahmas, so they're white with dark speckling on their necks and on their tail feathers. They sit side by side in one of Kathy's gardens right up against our back screen and porch and won't go. If you put them in there, they run back out and leave. So anyway, that didn't work, so I get a hold of the guy, and he tells me to push simultaneously the close and open buttons to maybe reset that part of it. And I did that, and praise the Lord, that worked. So now it's functioning correctly. But I lost, I think, 4 chickens, and I've got 2 screwed up ones that won't go to bed where they're supposed to. So I guess every night until they figure it out, I'm going to have to pick them up and carry them and open the man door part of the chicken house and throw them in there so that they wake up inside until they finally get it that that's where they're supposed to sleep. But what was really cute is I watched one of the roosters, and he was over there pushing on them and pecking and making all kinds of noises, trying to get them to get up and to go into the chicken house to go to bed. And he worked on them for a long time, and then finally he left. And So I'm like, oh, well, I guess it's an opportunity. I'll just pick them up and take them in. So I picked one up and carried it into and put it in the chicken house. And then he's all watching me and stuff, and follows me back. And I get the other one and put it away. And then I see him walking all around the yard trying to find the chickens that I'd put in there. And I guess he, in his little pea brain, didn't realize that I had put them in there. So he was wandering all around trying to find them. Well, anyway, that happened one night. And then another night, I didn't bother taking them in because it was right up against the house. And I'm like, you know what? If they're not going to go in, I guess I'll just have to see if they get killed. So I kind of given up on them, sort of. But anyway, I looked over there, and that rooster had snuggled in next to him, so he was sitting with him to protect him. So I thought that was really cute. But anyway, now that the door's working, I'm going to, every night until they stop doing it, way after dark, I'm going to have to pick them up and carry them and throw them in there. But that's my chicken story. So I've been blabbing on for 16 minutes. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here, say hello to everybody. I appreciate all your views and your subscriptions and likes and comments. That means the world to me. My daughter said that she watches my videos because it helps helps calm her. And that's been the last 3 videos or something where I didn't say hardly anything. I just sat here like a boob smoking my pipe. That's something I don't like to do. I guess I don't like the dead airspace. I'm not sure, but I always like to feel like I've got something to say when I make a video rather than saying hello and then sitting here puffing my pipe while you watch me. But that's my issue. Anyway, Savinelli Eleganza 320 KS with Peterson's early morning pipe. And until next time, God bless.